Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are here at the Detroit Auto Show, and guess what? Walking around the show floor, we had to stop at the Lincoln booth because there is something large and in charge right here next to me. What is this? This is your redesigned Lincoln Navigator. This one is a black label. But before we get into this full-on, full-size, full luxury SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. So, in a galaxy far, far away many years ago, Lincoln was the first to come out with a luxury SUV, a full-size SUV, before Escalade, before any of the other contenders. They are now making some big changes to their big SUV, but what's interesting is that the landscape has changed. There's a lot more competition now than ever before, especially from here in Detroit at General Motors. Not only with Cadillac, but of course you have GMC with the Yukon, specifically Yukon Denali Ultimate, and even the Tahoe and Suburban High Countries. But what I want to find out is, for the money, does the Lincoln Navigator bring the goods, especially with the changes they made? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our black label and find out. Right off the bat, of course you have that full body on frame size. And it's one of those things that I think the designers have a tough task to shape it in a way that doesn't make it look so ginormous. At the front of the business, you're gonna see the full different style of your headlight housing, full LED headlights, LED signature daytime running lamps. And what I love about the signature daytime running lamps for this new redesign is look at how they come across the center here, and we have our illuminated Lincoln badge. Very fascinating that once upon a time, Lincoln was all about sedans, especially the town car, the Continental. Now we have them in the SUV world. And with the Navigator being the largest, of course, you could start with the Corsair, the Nautilus, the Aviator. Love the names that they use for their SUVs. Now, when we kind of zoom on into the lower corner here, you do have a large area of gloss black, and I am going to zonk this. There should be some kind of LED fog lamps. But this is part of that design that really kind of makes it a little bit sportier, a little bit classier in the overall layout. Now, coming back across the black label grille, you'll notice our aluminum style appointments to each of the grille points. You do have a forward-facing camera, and then you even have functionality in the center with the gloss black and a little bit of body color. I'm loving this silverish blue color. Really looks bold. Let me know what you think about the front end of the business in the comment section. Now, as we rise up, great size hood. I love the way the hood meets cleanly with the grille. You got a little bit of a bulge in the center, but other than that, they really kind of nipped and tucked in the right areas to give it more of a curvaceous front end rather than a big blocky front end. Now, as we come around the bend, wheels are so important to a vehicle. They can make or break a vehicle. And here's what's pretty insane on this particular example. So you're gonna have new wheels across the lineup. Machined aluminum with the silver. If you're wondering, well, Joe, this wheel looks a little large. What size is it? It's not a 21 inch, not a 24 inch wheel in diameter. It almost looks like it's a mother of pearl finish to the wheels. Very, very classy. You got the Lincoln badge, of course, in the center. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what size tires? 285 on the width, 40 series sidewall, and like I said, we have 24-inch diameter wheels. Now, as we rise up, look at the way that the designers took the style. It's all about all of the small details. Love the way they did that illumination that trickles our way down. We come back, and actually the illumination came on, back on for us. So there's that illumination on the corners there. Nice little step version. And then a little bit of trim, nothing too obnoxious, a little bit of trim in the center with the prominent Navigator name. Of course, you're gonna have power folding mirrors with the gloss black, your aluminum finish, your turn signals LED 360-degree cameras. And then like you quickly saw, when you open up the doors, of course, you're gonna have those automatic dropping running boards. They tuck in nice and clean when the door closes. Obviously on the other side, the door opened and they stay down, but we'll have them go back up very, very quickly. But what's nice is that when it comes to the Navigator itself, you do have that nice large size. and that's going to give you that 3-row flexibility. Body on frame, and of course you do have your 4-wheel drive. You do have power going to the front wheels, power going to the rear wheels. Underneath the hood is that 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, 440 horsepower, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Continuing down the rest of the vehicle, love the way you have your silver finishes both on the top with the aluminum finish and the aluminum finish on the side here. And then look at the way they did the nice laser etching in our quarter glass window. Like the way that they added all of those fine touches. And then getting to the back, the tail end of the business, normally we would have the tailgate closed. They have it in an up position to showcase how you have this usable space. So you could have your special Lincoln bags and luggage, maybe a blanket so that you could tailgate at your Detroit Lions game, and you have your new split gate design. Top portion rises up, lower portion comes down into this nice platform. You could see how with this plastic table here, you could have whatever items you want, and there is that usable space. We have USB-Cs, home power source, 12 volt and power folding rear seats to get that maximum room. And then dropping all the way down to ground level, of course, we have our tow capability, which for 2025 has been increased on this Lincoln Navigator. But nice to see Lincoln bringing the changes from their other vehicles into this one. Speaking of changes, if you think the outside was big, let's get to the interior and see what's new. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Lincoln Navigator Black Label. This is the top trim, of course. And I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I want to spoil my passengers. I want to ride around in luxury. How much is this thing? Expected price for a Black Label MSRP is going to be right around $118,000. But let's see if it's worth going Lincoln Navigator. To the door panels. I love the two-tone, the nice tan leather, the stitching, that aluminum silver trim. Look at the way they work the speaker grill cover. All clean and classy. Lower door pocket there, you could put easily a foot-long caviar sub with 2 bottles of Perrier, and we have the Ravel premium sound system, over 30 speakers in this thing. Working our way in, I hope you like large screens, because guess what? You are large and in charge. Not only do the screens start on the passenger side, but they extend all the way across. Look at our forward-facing camera there. Nice to have that usability. And if you're wondering, well, what is the screen size? You're looking at 48 inches of screen. Nicely, cleanly done with our speakers on both sides. And then we even have our Ravel center speaker nicely located. I like the way the dash is actually low, allows you to have a clear view. This is something very similar to what the Nautilus has that we did the first drive-in, only bigger and better, of course. It eliminates the need for a head-up display. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, how do I work the screen? You actually use this 13.1-inch screen here. I have the cameras on, and you could actually go through the cameras. There's a nice panoramic view up front. We could go out back, all the different angles, all at the show here. I could cross out of that. There's our maps. And then, of course, we have our full digital gauge cluster for the driver. But everything is done through the screen here. Look at all the apps. More than what you probably have on your phone right now as you're watching us. And then you have all your different drive settings, your traction control, hill descent control, drive modes, seat controls, the whole 9 yards. You got, of course, massage seats for both the passenger and the driver up front, your digital scent. They really want to create a spa-like experience for you in these vehicles. We got heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, the whole shabam, very easy to work through. If you're wondering, well, Joe, what is going on with the sound in here? Of course, you do have that premium sound speaker system. We have our piano keys for our 10-speed automatic, your start-stop button, more of that fine leather. Look at the way they have this almost like jewel-like system with your volume knob, and then the wood with the laser etching trim. Open up door number 1, 2 cup holders. Open up door number 2, wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A, and a place for 4 Twinkies. Down below, you got enough room for a purse, a sack, a satchel. You can even put your Louis Vuitton fanny pack down there, no problem. Split leather on the armrest, open it up. Look at the felt lining. You could put a whole box of Rolexes in here and they're not gonna get scratched. 2 USB-Cs and a 12 volt. There's your digital scent. This is the house where your digital scent sits. And you could get, yes, burnout scent, like you just did a big smoky burnout at the drag strip, and then the leather. 24-way adjustable seats, the piping, look at the way they construct it to your body, full electric assist, like I said, passenger, driver, and this massive panoramic sunroof with the Alcantara finish. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the unique steering wheel in this new Navigator. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel of this Navigator Black Label. Down below, you get the Black Label badge, aluminum sill plate with ambient lighting. And then, of course, you got all your seat controls. You hit this little guy right here. That's for your massage seats. Oh, that feels good. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room in here. I got more room in here than I had in my college dorm room. Steering wheel, all new, very unique in its design. Leather on the horn button, the stitching. You got your blue cruise, of course, and the two-tone. Very minimalistic on the steering wheel, and I like that. And these controls actually control what's going on the dash there. Rest of that 48 inches of display, no need for a head-up display whatsoever. And then, of course, when it comes to your massage settings, here it is on your center console display there, your infotainment where you could adjust the massage and really, like I said, have that serene experience after a stressful day with the kids and your boss. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the mid row and third row and see how luxurious this Navigator is. All right, guys, mid row time in this 3-row luxury SUV. You can see the fine leather. Everything's been updated from the leather material to the cushion to the structure of the seats. And then, of course, you're gonna have your rear seat entertainment, all touchscreen capability. You can even connect onto the internet. Nice pockets for a copy of Ford's magazine, maybe Money Marketing magazine. And then you have your own command center here for the rear seat passengers. You have the ability to open, close the sunshade, which is nice. You do have a home power source, and there's your cup holders all the way down below, kind of in a weird location, but I guess that's better than nothing. More of that wood finish. Little touch screen here. We could adjust our seats all through, massage, heated and ventilated. Even do the chauffeur seat setup in here where I could actually move. Look at this, I'm moving the front passenger seat to give me more room. Really liking how easy it is, how intuitive it is to go. You can even do cabin air quality. Right now it's a 2. I don't know how good that is. But there's your climate controls. Slide that open, wireless charging, 2 cup holders, and then of course you have more of that felt lining space here to where you could put, you know, your silver spoons that you were born with in your mouth. But sitting here feels comfy. I'm 6 feet tall. You got that Alcantara headliner throughout. And then you do have the third row, which the way that the rear seat is set up, we can't squeeze back there for this review, but watch my other 2025 Navigator review that we did from the Miami Auto Show. We got into that third row. But why don't we go ahead? I want to do the first drive. We're not there yet, but let's wrap it up from Detroit. All right, guys, it's been another great day here at the Detroit Auto Show. Definitely got to thank the whole Lincoln team for allowing us to have special access to this new Navigator Black Label trim. Now it's your turn. Let them know in the comment section what you are thinking when it comes to this Lincoln Navigator. Obviously, Annika doing a great job here over at Lincoln, making sure that everything is accessible for us, and she's gonna go through those comments and see what you have to say. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Gotta give it up to Lori Raiti. She's always working her butt off here at the shows. Thank you, Lori, for working so hard. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.